I don't want to waste your time, so there won't be an intro. For today's video, we are going to take a look at the last week of EU Pro League, where Secret had to win against Chaos if they wanted to have a chance of not being auto-relegated. We are in the 8th round. Secret finished their attacker half 5-1. They just lost their first defense on Archive Tellus, and now they're going to defend CEO and Meeting. What I want to touch on in the operator selection is this 6 pick from Meepy. For attacking CEO, Hibana is quite a bit better than Termite, because she can actually play an effective admin take. But for attacking Garage, Termite is probably better. And here you can make an argument that Meepy was intentionally showing the polls to bait Chaos into thinking that Garage was going to be the side, which would make them pick Termite instead of Hibana. Let's take stock of the defense setup so far. We have 2 reinforcements here to block this line of sight into Meeting. But we have no reinforcements on the other half with the exact same reasoning, just in reverse, to give the defenders this angle into Meeting. We have 2 walls in connector to front desk to weaken the influence of the connector repel, and we have a reinforcement in connector to CEO to block this big CEO line of sight into Meeting. So far this looks like a basic setup that you can also find in Ranked, but here we get to the interesting part. There are basically 2 ways to defend a CEO objective. Either you reinforce all 3 of these walls, and maybe even a 4th one here, and then have a player play here or here in one of the CEO corners. Or, and this is predominantly used in Pro League, you approach the situation a bit like kids' bedroom on house. Instead of reinforcing the walls so you can play inside, you just open the walls and play from the outside. And that's exactly what Secret does here. If you open the holes here and here, you get a nice line of sight straight from the yellow stairs to the CEO window, so you can deny the attackers from rappelling in. The reason the other approach isn't used in Pro League is because the guy who would be playing in CO is really boxed in and extremely restricted in his movements. For example, because of angles from CO and connector window and even from yellow skylight. And with Buck and Capital being very good picks on Consulate, you really want to avoid being fenced in a small area. Now, in just a second, we're going to see that you're also kind of boxed in the alternative, but it's nowhere close to being stuck in one of the CEO corners. So obviously, if you don't hold CEO, you have to hold yellow instead. So let's take a look at what has been set up here. We've got barbed wire, mute jammers, 2 Jaeger ADS, a rotation towards bathroom. We also have this wall in CO reinforced, and interestingly, no holes in the middle part. And typically, this wall here to the left of mute is also reinforced, but for some reason Secret doesn't decide to do it, which actually comes back to bite them later. Before continuing with the yellow stairs setup, I quickly want to touch on this situation right here, where Leon actually destroys a mute jammer just to barricade the spiral stairs door. First of all, he did actually need to destroy it, because you can only barricade that door if the attackers are not already rappelling on the CO windows, and judging by the time, it probably would have taken too long for Mute to replace the jammer. But what I find even more interesting is how Leon thinks that the barricade is worth more than the Mute jammer. And he's right on the money with that, but I'll get back to it once it's actually relevant. Just keep it in the back of your minds for now. The last thing with Secret's defense that we haven't talked about yet is where each op plays. As expected, they don't have anyone playing in CEO, but they do have Mute playing in Connector, Smoke playing in Yellow Stairs, where he can really use his shotgun to his advantage, and Dog in Toilet, where he can use his ACOG to his advantage, playing the really long angles against CEO and also against Admin. Another reason why his position is good is that he is also in position to quickly heal Smoke against nades or fire damage. For the last 2 defenders, we have Legion at the bottom of Spiral Stairs and Jaeger in Meeting. As you can see, they don't really put any emphasis on holding admin, because at this point they already know that it's going to be a yellow take. And just to point out the overarching idea again, they are going to leave CEO itself alone, but they're going to defend it from this outside ring right here. Okay, let's change perspectives and look at things from the attacker's point of view. Chaos decides to go for a yellow stairs go. Of course, they also could have rotated for an admin take, but let's look at what we got here. Their primary objective has to be to get control of Yellow Stairs, because if they don't, there's no way they're going to get a plant down in CEO. And with Thatcher's EMPs, Buck's nades, and Capital's fire arrows, they're definitely equipped to deal with the player on Yellow Stairs. Okay, so how do they set it up? Sadly, the observer doesn't switch to a good overview anytime soon, so I decided to just make my own. They have Thatcher on CEO windows. Capital is of course supposed to be on the yellow skylight and not on yellow stairs. Buck is repelling bathroom windows, and Termite and Jackal are outside yellow stairs. Of course, I also drew in the defender positions, and this right here is the rotation hole to bathroom, and these things here are reinforcements. Now let's take a deeper look at the angles so we get a better feel for the situation. Thatcher is holding this angle, which denies any kind of rotation to and from the yellow stairs and toilets. Capital is on the skylight and can see this part of yellow stairs. And Buck is here outside the toilet window, denying the rotation out of yellow stairs. Termite and Jackal are kind of passive right now, but they also have a small angle into yellow stairs. And to get back at what I said earlier, Smoke really is pretty boxed in here. But there is an area of about, 2 square meters where he is safe from every attacker. And in order to force Smoke away from the small safe space, Capital is going to use both of his fire arrows, about here and here. But with the current setup, the timing of it is a bit premature. Who can spot the opening for Smoke? Here it is, bottom of yellow stairs. Because Legion is playing in Zulu, Secret also has control of bottom yellow, and so Smoke is allowed to safely retreat to the bottom of yellow stairs. Also, note how he only lost 30 HP because he was healed by Dog just as the fire hit him. But I guess safely retreating is not exactly the correct phrase though, because while it was smart from Stizzy to escape by running down yellow, which is somewhat counterintuitive, it is also kind of lazy from Chaos to not watch the bottom of yellow stairs. At this point in the round, they shouldn't have any other objective besides taking yellow, so there's no real reason why Termite and Jackal didn't contribute anything. If, for example, one of them repelled on yellow, or maybe if one of them was on the skylight with Capital, they probably would have killed the Smoke here. But like this, they only wasted time and utility. Somewhat luckily for Chaos though, they get Dog here with a nade, which is ironic. He could save others from death, but not himself. And this also shows just how much Secret is investing into holding yellow, because just a few seconds after Dog died, Jaeger took his place. Now, I'm not quite sure what happened here. Maybe Jaeger was afraid of the second nade, which is why he made an aggressive play, but that kind of makes me wonder why he even went there to begin with. And also interestingly, he dies through the wall here, which, like I said earlier, should have been reinforced. And I actually wasn't able to spot where they ended up using the wall they saved here. So yeah, good on Renaults to use that angle, and now Chaos got 2 kills, even though they didn't really deserve them in my opinion. Okay, now let's take a moment to take stock of where everyone is and evaluate. The defenders have Muting Connector, Legion at the bottom of Spiral Stairs, and Smoke back at the top of Yellow Stairs, with 1 ADS remaining. The attackers have Thermite outside Yellow Stairs, Thatcher outside CO windows, Capital on the roof on Yellow Skylight, Buck on Toilet Repel, and Jackal is, I guess, at the bottom of Visa Stairs right now. With the way things are now, I would actually say that Secret is still winning, even though they are down 2 men. At least if we only look at the Yellow Stairs side, because these 2 kills didn't give Chaos anything. They have used up all the easy ways to get the defenders out of yellow, but Smoke is still there. And they also can't really push him the normal way by walking up yellow, because Legion is still in Zulu. If Chaos doesn't change it up, Secret probably doesn't need to do anything to defend the yellow stairs push. Now let's look at the situation right here. Meepy aggressively peeking the Jackal on Visa Stairs. I'm sure all of you have heard of the idea that defenders don't need to peek or make aggressive plays because time is on their side. And I can see where this is coming from. But honestly, that's the biggest myth in the entirety of Rainbow Six. What the rule should have been is don't peek if you're in a winning position. And sure, I just said that Secret was in a winning position, but that's only really true for the Yellow Stairs side of the map. On all other parts of the maps, they're heavily losing. And this makes the decision to push here extremely important. if you're down in man count, you just have to take calculated risks, because if you stick to that common rule and basically do nothing, the attackers will just run away with the advantage, especially on Pro League level. And making this play is not just good from a macro perspective, it's also good from a micro perspective. Because with the Apika's advantage, this gunfight in particular is just so heavily defender-sided. And as secret, you probably won't get a chance for a kill that is easier than that. So this peek was definitely the right play. And it's not just Meepy who realizes what's up. As you can see in this frame, even Fonker starts to run towards the bottom of white stairs to guarantee the kill here, even though he already was in an important position because he was holding the bottom of yellow stairs. And all that just to get a kill on a single attacker who was trying to set up a pinch, which shows just how highly Secret valued getting that kill. And now Chaos is really in trouble because they are forced to play on their weak CEO side of the map. And as you can see, not much has changed since we last looked at it. Buck is still repelling on the bathroom windows, Capitao is still on the yellow skylight, and they still have one guy repelling on the CO windows. Now, the good thing is that Thatcher is now repelling on the connector window, because it prevents the defenders from denying the CO plant from the connector side. But they don't really need that anyways. Smoke is still on yellow stairs, and remember how I noted how there were no holes in this middle part of the wall? Well, now there are, and this really is what gives Smoke Endboss status right here. First, he further denies the CEO repel with this smoke, and remember, he is perfectly safe in this position. Then he hears Buck, who is punching barbed wire at bottom yellow, and with his second smoke, he smokes off bottom yellow, and denies the Buck that way. And now, guess where Buck is going next? To spiral stairs, which were barricaded off right at the beginning of the round because Leon destroyed the mute jammer. And this barricade gives Fonkers an easy kill. The cherry on top is another smoke towards the CO windows, which forces Termite away from the CO desk right into the open. And Secret manages to win the round, coming back from a 3v5 situation. So what's the main reason for that? In my opinion, everything can be traced back to when Chaos was trying to get the smoke out of yellow stairs. This small miscommunication, where they briefly left just one angle unguarded, snowballed out of control. They even got 2 free kills, but still, Smoke on yellow stairs basically shut down 3 different attackers, including the planter on his own. And as you can see, if you don't use the chance to kill him early, there's basically nothing you can do to stop him. Honorable mentions go out to Meepy and Fonkers, who quickly realized the threat of the flanking Jackal and made an aggressive but calculated play to shut him down immediately. And this kill is what enables Stizzy to shine on Smoke. And that's it for my analysis. I hope you learned something new, and if you have any rounds that you would want me to take a look at, maybe because you saw a really interesting strat, or because you saw one that you didn't really understand, or for any reason really, let me know in the comments so I can find something to bridge the gap until the Pro League Finals. Thanks for watching.